Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am your intrepid host, Mr. David Nome, also known as Hawkeye Two Feathers. And I bid you greetings, welcome, blessings upon you, peace upon you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I did a video last night about the Lionsgate thing and about the energies and so forth, meditation, da 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 da. Da. And well, I went on Facebook after I did my YouTube video last night, and I went live until like 10 minutes before the official start of the mass meditation was going on. So, as I had discussed in the other video, I was warming the pot. In other words, I was trying to stay in a meditative type state with, positive reinforcement and, peace on earth and what this thing means is going to mean. Well, so then as it got time, I logged off my Facebook live feed. And so I went over to my special, it's not really special, but it's my place over here where I lay down. And I got comfortable and I went into a deeper meditation than I was during the video and other things. And anyway, so then it became time. So I relaxed, I let myself go. Now I've been involved with some of these mass meditations before. And it's always been kind of groovy. I'm an old hippie. Big deal. Deal with it, right? It was so neat and groovy, man. I'm kidding. But I'm not. It was neat and groovy. But this morning was, oh my gosh. I went into the beginnings of my meditation, the calming and and settling down, letting everything rest, and and just putting the thought out there. I wish to join mass meditation. That's all I did. I wish to join. And that was my thought. My other thought was I wish to join so that I can pray for peace and to get rid of the blue meanies. I mean, I kept the dialogue inside my little tiny brain to a very bare minimum. Now, what I thought was about 10 minutes in, roughly, it was like I got connected. There was almost a jolt to it. And I've never had that happen with any of the other meditations that I've had before. And it's like I could feel that I was like part of a collective. This was before. I could feel that something else was going on, but it was just really faint. Now, have my own mental thingies gotten better to where maybe I'm hearing the mass meditation better? That's possible. It could be that there are a lot more people who are meditating. It could be that the people who have been meditating have gotten better at the meditation, like me. I say that because I felt so involved. I felt little warm, fuzzy thingies around my body and my soul. I got lifted up in a whoosh, and I could feel all of these other folks meditating. I felt really strong for the first time of all the meditations. I felt really strong the presence of other beings. It was like tingle, tingle, oh my gosh. I can't believe this is happening. And it was like I was trying not to react to the feeling because I was in the meditation. But at the same time, as the meditation was happening, I was going, this is different. This is groovy, man. This is flipping neat. Whoa. I mean, I was just like, and so when it was like over, my brain was like, okay, I could feel a disconnect. It was like, okay, it was supposed to be a 15-minute intense mass meditation. So in my brain, I was like, okay, 15 minutes were up. It was 30, but it only seemed like 10, maybe 15. But I mean, the period of time that it felt like the meditation was going on, I wasn't asleep or anything. I was tired, but not to go to sleep. But when I woke up from the meditation, when I sat up, I was invigorated. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I thought I was, before I went into the meditation, I figured, well, I'll do the meditation. Then after it's done, I'll go get something to drink, go to the bathroom, lay myself down, and I'll go to sleep because it's 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock. Nope. Instead, I had to go outside. Instead, I was awake. Instead, I was like, no, I was not revved up, not necessarily pumped up, but there was a definite glow of positivity that was around me at that moment. And, you know, and for several hours after the meditation, I mean, it's actually still going on right now. I can still feel the good energy. So it's like, that's kind of strange in itself, but in a good way. So after this meditation, the sun's coming up, the sky is light outside, and I go out to look to see where the moon is. Too many clouds. Then I noticed that they were chemtrail. They've been spraying the chemtrails in the early morning hours just before dawn. And that's why I haven't been able to see many of these things in the early morning, because there's this, you know, there's a haze over everything. And it starts about 5 in the morning. Well, the chemtrails are out there at the pre-dawn up in the sky. Well, while I'm trying to bitch out one of these chemtrails and shake my fist and be angry at it, this humongous UFO, I'm not saying spaceship, okay? I'm saying unidentified flying object. It was huge. Facing south, there's a short burst of chemtrail, and it was above the chemtrail. I could clearly, it was passing across. From my point of view, when I look south, I'm looking at in the distance is the Florida-Georgia line. So I'm only about 50 miles, 40 miles from the Georgia line, Florida line, as the crow flies. I mean, it's like 60 miles to Tallahassee, okay? So, and Tallahassee's kind of southwest of me. So I'm looking at this, and it's where there is a flight, airplane flight pattern thing, that they fly from Jacksonville over to that direction, to the east of me and southeast of me. There are those occasions when I see the airplanes going by flying west. I don't know, Pensacola, from Jacksonville to, who knows, points west. But those things are like really small in the sky. You can see them. There they go. And sometimes you see the little contrail behind them, not chem, but contrail. I'm like, oh, there they go. There goes one. But they're small. This thing was like 3 jumbo jets, and it almost looked like it was tumbling. Not very fast, but it was rotating in the sky like this. That was the first thing that like threw me. Oh my God, the thing's like turning. And I say tumble in that it wasn't just like a round circle rotating. It was kind of tumbling like a 3 or 4 starred kind of weird, like a jacks. You remember when you played jacks with all the little metal things? They're plastic now probably, but anyway, the ball, and you pick up onesie, twosies. Anyway, so it was sort of like a jack, but it was very shiny. I mean, extremely shiny. And even if an airplane had turned up on its side to where I could see the bottom and the 2 wings, and I've seen them, I've never seen anything as reflective as what I saw today, this morning. And I'm like, way too shiny. It was almost like somebody had a flight. There were no lights on it, but it was like somebody was shining a spotlight on that object that made it so shiny in the sky. What it was it was up high enough, it was catching the early rays of the sun, and it wasn't glowing. It was absolutely brightly shiny, like it was a mirror finish. And it seemed like it was tumbling ever so slowly across the sky. And I got my camera and I got my thing. I was out the door, and as I'm going out the door, I'm like, there it is in the sky. I took 5 steps out the back door, And I saw it for about 2 seconds and it disappeared. It didn't fade into the, you know, it simply disappeared. I had the camera on, I was getting ready, and it disappeared. And I went, shit. But it was there. Now, how big was it? It was bigger than three 747s or jumbo. It was bigger than, I'm here to tell you. I mean, where the shiny part was on the bottom and whatever was up here, if you'd have taken an airplane and stuck it on end, it, from tail to nose, it would have been too short for what this thing was that I saw in the sky. And I'm telling you, it was higher than, because I seen it pass above the chemtrails, and they were really high up there this morning. Wow. And I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I was just going out to look at the sky, see where the sun was. I was looking for the moon, if you want to know the truth, because I wanted to do a moon update. I couldn't find the moon because of all the chemtrails and the early morning stuff. And even though it should have been visible this morning, wasn't there. But there was this really shiny, bright object. Now, that's 2 unidentified objects that I've seen in the last week for myself. And I did a video about the other one. Now, I've seen other things at night and this, that, and the other thing, but this is the second time in my lifetime of all things that I've watched, these things showed up in the daytime. Both of them were about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time. But I'm here to tell you, I know what an airplane looks like. I know what these other things look like. This thing wasn't any type of aircraft that I have ever seen. It was different from the boxy shaped type thing I saw a week ago or so. And it was different from any kind of UFO. I've studied UFO since I was a child, okay, long time. I've seen what I would consider damn near every picture of a UFO that, anybody's ever come up with. These two were both different than anything I've ever seen. Now, I'm not saying that no one has ever taken a picture of it or drew something like that, but I'm here to tell you that both of these were different than anything else I've seen, which in itself tells me that's weird. And, looking for a saucer-shaped craft, or looking for maybe a cigar-shaped tubular thing, or looking for a triangle. There were none of the above. Now, the one today almost looked like it had spikes on it. It was almost like 2 triangles kind of offset with one another, and it was tumbling, as I said, through the sky. Not like there was anything wrong. It was like that was its natural motion. It didn't look like untoward. It just looked, it was, I watched it in the space of the sky that wide, which is a bunch of miles from where it was at and so forth. So while I'm looking out the window and spotting it, getting my camera, keeping an eye, watch, and I head out the door, see it for 2 seconds, and it disappears. Believe it or not, I was shocked. I was grateful too, because I was like, I just went through this wonderful meditation where I felt everybody else's energy for the first time. It was really strong, that I could feel other warm, and I say warm versus cold, or it was warm, fuzzy, comfortable feeling. It felt like being an angel and sharing. Now, I said in my Facebook video that I did just a few minutes ago, and this is going to be a short one here, because there are other people who are coming on the air in a little bit, and I want to get my chickens fed and all. But anyway, to the point though, I was like, the meditation was so warm and fuzzy and wonderful, and I couldn't see the other spirits. It's like, but in the corners of my eyes, now I'm trying to focus on the meditation, but at the same time, I'm in a different place than I've ever been before, as far as mass meditations are concerned. So I was aware of things around me, that I was part of a collective. And I had not had that strong a feeling before. I felt like there's other folks having meditation, and I kind of feel it, yeah, but there was not like this really warm, sure enough group kind of, oh my God, group hug big time. It was wonderful. So I don't know how this has affected anybody else. I know it was absolutely astounding to me. And I just, had a big thunderstorm earlier. I would have come on earlier and said this. But anyway, got the lights back and storm's gone. Blah, blah, blah. So where do we go from here? Don't know. I know that at the time of the meditation, my thought was, we're winning. We are winning big time. Have we absolutely chased every single blue meanie off this planet? Probably not. Simply because there's so many blue meanies on this planet. Have been. It's going to take a while to weed them all out, But the fact that the meditation itself was so much more intense. And I've had intense meditation before on myself, or maybe meditate with a friend or something, but not a large group mass meditation thing. And I've been a part of at least 10 over the last 2.5, maybe 3 years. I've been a participant of at least 10 of these mass meditations because I feel that it's one thing I can do. I can meditate with other folk. But today, this one this morning was just absolutely phenomenally neat, groovy, far out, fantastic. Leave it at that. So I love you all. Be safe, be kind, honor one another. I hope you got, I hope you got struck with this good energy, but I hope some of it washed by you. I hope that if you didn't meditate today or this morning or whatever, I'm hoping that what we as a collective meditated upon today, I hope that washes over you in some way. That's my prayer. Another prayer. I love you all from my heart, soul, and my soul's heart. I send you honor, blessings, healing, knowledge, and my prayer is I accept and receive the healing from the universe, from the cosmos. I accept and receive these healings so that I may teach others how to accept and receive these same energies, these same knowledges, these same wonderful feelings and healing from the universe. I pray this with all my heart, soul, and my soul's heart from me to you. So have a wonderful evening, the rest of this day, however it is, and I will chat with you later. So love you all. Until next time, this is your host and crazy hippie, hermit hippie down here in South Georgia, saying adios for now, folks.